Hi everyone and good evening. Welcome back. How's the first full day of summer treating you so far? If you'd like to skip past summer and go straight to fall, we're going to do that again, at least for a brief period of time. Nighttime lows will be in the 40s, and we'll struggle to see the 70s for daytime highs after this cold front passes through, which has caused some significant trouble today. No damages weather-related that I'm aware of. Some power outages, Licking Valley RECC responding to some, especially in the Morgan County area. No widespread outages here in McGoffin or Johnson that I'm aware of at this hour, but it's not over either as well. A severe thunderstorm watch is in effect till 9 o'clock for this evening. Torrential downpours, of course, a potential with that. Some localized flooding, a flood advisory issued just earlier this afternoon for southern Johnson, Breathitt County, northwestern Floyd, McGoffin County as well. That expiring at about 8 o'clock this evening. Overall, another 1 to 1.5 inches of rain is a good bet for a lot of folks, and some folks could get in under more than that due to some heavy downpours that could develop. We'll talk about that the very last thing, take you to the local Doppler radar and see what's happening and what we expect to see thereafter. It's going to be one of those roller coaster rides again. We'll see this cold front come, go, leave us with some nice fall-like air, and we'll see temperatures start to warm back up, and just as they do, we've got another change coming at us later on in the week. We'll outline that in more detail in just a few moments. First and foremost, I have a lot of news here in front of me tonight. Some really good agriculture news for Eastern Kentucky on a couple of different fronts that I'm excited to report, and hopefully be able to, still looking to take a tour of one of the facilities that's already established and do a story for that sometime later on. Nevertheless, before we go into the auto accidents and some arrests and things from over the weekend that I have to report, one thing that we learned today that I'd hope to have someone here in studio to tell us more about was an Eastern Kentucky soldier whose body is going to return home tomorrow. The reason I don't have anyone in studio is the fact that so far we've not been able to pin down a timeline because it's changed. The schedule for tomorrow has changed, so it's kind of fluid. May have something a little more finite for you before the end of the show, I hope to, but if not, we're going to go to our websites, social media, and all other pages, as is some local officials as well, in case anyone would like to pay their respects tomorrow. As a soldier, Army Corporal Burl Mullins of Pike County, whose remains, much like we experienced here in McGoffin County just not so long ago, were just recently identified through DNA and other analysis, and some evidence that the Department of Defense POW MIA accounting agency had all gathered. He was officially identified just earlier this year, and the Pike County soldier will be coming through McGoffin County sometime tomorrow. I spoke today to the Judge Executive's office. I know they, as well as local law enforcement, fire and rescue, and emergency personnel, are all as well awaiting a finite time frame for when the body of Army Corporal Burl Mullins will make its way through Sagersville sometime tomorrow. The flight schedule had to change at last update, and working with Pike County officials as well, we're still waiting to hear the absolute schedule in case anyone wishes to be a part of the procession as it makes its way through McGoffin County tomorrow. Corporal Mullins' body will be returning back to Pikeville. The 23-year-old was identified just this past April after intense DNA and other analysis and testing was done by the Department of Defense. He was known to have gone missing in action on November the 30th of 1950. That's when his unit, the Heavy Mortar Company, 3rd Battalion, 31st Infantry Regiment, 7th Infantry Division, was attacked by the enemy near the Chosin River in North Korea. It was later learned by his family and, of course, the Department of Defense that he was taken as a prisoner of war and that he later died as such. He, like many other soldiers, as we had happen here in McGoffin County, his remains were among those turned over to the United States a few years ago by North Korea and since undergone analysis to try to determine his exact identity. Services are to be held in his hometown. That, too, we're still trying to find out more. Also, speaking of some of our veterans, there were a couple of dedications made over the course of the weekend, road dedications to some McGoffin County soldiers. We will talk about that a little later on in the weekend, certainly in this week's edition of the Sayersville Independent. I'll be right back. We'll get to our other local headlines after just a word or two or three. In recognition and honor of all of your achievements, especially your extraordinary senior year, Sayersville National Bank wants to salute the class of 2021 and assure you that wherever your next horizon leads you, we're here to help you save for your dreams with student, business, personal checking, and more. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2021 from Sayersville National Bank. Parkway Pharmacy, as always, promises the quickest service with the very best care and prices, and to always have someone there to talk to when you have a question. With 3 pharmacists, curbside, drive-through, and call-ahead service. Parkway Pharmacy in Sayersville, 349-4400.
Where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
It's time to play the Lee's Famous Recipe Daily Lunch Special Game, where behind curtain number 1 we have our super tasty country fried steak sandwich, and behind curtain number 2 our famous chicken sandwich with lettuce, pickle, and mayo, and you can get either one of those on a bun or a biscuit. But wait, behind curtain number 3 our extra famous footlong with homemade chili, and all 3 come served with our famous hand-dipped potato wedges and a drink. Monday through Friday for lunch from 11 to 2 for just $5 plus tax. You're a winner either way you go at your Sayersville Lee's Famous Recipe. Just click on ConleyTire.net and you can shop for tires, find out more about services, brands, wheels, rims, their free coffee, free Wi-Fi, and free local shuttle service, and of course the latest and greatest current offers and specials, like how right now you can get up to $150 back on a set of Goodyears. That's ConleyTire.net, or you can always stop by in Staffordsville or give them a call at 297-2424. Come and see the newest arrivals at McGoffin County's oldest gun and ammo dealer, like the hot new Ruger 5.7, their most cutting-edge platform yet that fires an awesome 5.7 by 28 millimeter round. And knives, they got them. The gentleman's knife with real rosewood handles, $14.99 after a mail-in rebate, and a huge selection of case knives, hammerheads, Barlows, Stockman's toothpicks, bone stag handled, special knives for dads, grandpas, and our masons, great for Father's Day, and everything you need for your 6-string, picks, strings, saddles, tuners, amps, cords, and more at Fraser's Prater Drugs Radio Shack.
I'm Dr. Jason Zimmerman at Highlands ARH, the healthcare system of Appalachia.
Welcome to East Kentucky's premier vape and CBD shop, offering all natural tobacco alternatives and everything vape and smoke shop related. Everything you're looking for and everything you're not. Best quality, best prices, best service.
Come to Appalachian Smoke Shop for all your tobacco alternatives and accessories, as well as products like CBD, kratom, and legal THC that people are telling us they're using to treat pain, anxiety, depression, difficulty sleeping, and lack of energy, as well as just for overall wellness. Make it your one stop, Appalachian Smoke Shop.
A number of auto accidents to report to you over the weekend. A couple of them actually, both very serious and severe, including one here just in McGoffin County that involved 2 vehicles that collided head-on on Route 40. The other actually taking place in Johnson County, where it was last night that a woman struck a deer that crashed through her automobile and caused serious injuries. The first call making headlines tonight was that of an ATV fire that took place over the weekend. About 5:45 or so Saturday evening, 911 received a call and they notified the District 3 Fire Department and the McGoffin County Rescue Squad about an ATV fire that happened on the right fork of Oakley. Reports are that there were at least 2 riders on the side-by-side, and while traveling in this area, they told EMS that the passenger noticed and felt flames coming from underneath the passenger seat. They, of course, got off of the vehicle, and this is the state it was found in by emergency personnel soon thereafter, just completely gone. There looks to be what was left of a chainsaw that they were carrying. Just for other information, they told EMS that the operator that he had just bought this new side-by-side in December, this past December. Nevertheless, the cause of the fire is unknown. The 2 occupants were actually found at a residence. They were transported there by other riders. I do believe the passenger did suffer serious, possibly first and second burns, I'm told, and was taken by ground ambulance to an area hospital for those non-life-threatening injuries, but serious burns nonetheless. This was the scene later that night, shortly after 10:30, a 2-car collision head-on on Route 40, technically only about 40 feet or so inside the Magoffin and Johnson County line on the Magoffin County side. 2 Magoffin County drivers involved, both, I am told, life-flighted from nearby the scene for serious and possible critical injuries. The actual cause of the accident is still unknown to us. It was being investigated by the Magoffin County Sheriff's Department, but we do know that a female was traveling eastbound towards Johnson County when her vehicle collided with another vehicle that was traveling westbound, a pickup truck. We know that both suffered serious injuries. The female actually was taken from the scene by the ambulance service of Paintsville and the Oil Springs Fire and Rescue Department to the old Oil Springs School, and from a landing zone there, she was airlifted to the Pikeville Medical Center. I'm told that the older gentleman behind the wheel of the pickup truck was as well life-flighted from nearby to the St. Mary's Hospital, I believe, for his injuries. No other update on their conditions at this time. And then last night in Johnson County, the W.R. Castle Fire and Rescue Department were among others that responded to this incident on US 23. They tell me it happened near Grim Hollow. This vehicle struck a deer, and it went through the windshield and hit a passenger, a pregnant woman, in the front seat. And both she and the driver were taken by ground ambulance to an area hospital for treatment of multiple lacerations, as well as assessing the mother and her unborn child. The Johnson County Sheriff's Department and the Kentucky State Police responded as well and wish to remind everyone about the dangers that deer pose while traveling. A Magoffin County man was arrested over the weekend after a complaint was phoned in to local authorities about him allegedly trying to entice juveniles to get into the vehicle with him. We also believe there may have been other individuals in that same vehicle. However, one we have confirmed through arrest citations and jail records was taken to the Big Sandy jail. The arrest citation says that this man, 70-year-old Tom Puckett of Sagersville, faces charges of disorderly conduct in the second, menacing and resisting arrest. This after 911 got a call of a maroon van that was traveling on paddle. The caller giving them its license plate number and a description saying that the occupant of that van or occupants had tried to get some juveniles, some kids that were walking along Paddle Creek to get in the van with him. Officer Jordan Osborne with the Magoffin County Sheriff's Department responded and found the vehicle in question and made a traffic stop. And when he approached, he asked for ID of the individual and asked him what was going on with the juveniles and the kids. He said that nothing had happened, that he just stopped to be friendly and asked the juveniles if they could slam dunk the basketball. The male subject then, however, got very irate, started screaming profanities at the deputy, who asked him to calm down. He did for a few moments, but as the deputy started to walk back to the car to run his information, he got out and wouldn't get back in the car as he was ordered to, and again started cussing and yelling profanities at the officer, telling him he didn't have to do, and I'll summarize, a thing that the officer told him to do. That's when he was arrested, but still struggled with the officer, resisting arrest, but was finally taken into custody and jailed. The other incident with the juveniles is still said to be under investigation by the Magoffin County Sheriff's Department. I've got some COVID numbers for you to start off the week. I've got some other things to talk about agriculture-wise and some other news. And, of course, we'll wrap up with your weather forecast where we want to get you up to date before I leave you for the evening. Right now, though, here's tonight's Magoffin Farm Bureau Community Calendar. A birthday wish, it says, though, to be said tonight. Actually, it says a belated birthday wish, as Bessie, that's Bessie Brown, celebrated her birthday yesterday. But nonetheless, with a lot of love and best wishes, big happy birthday going out tonight to Bessie Brown. Happy, happy belated birthday to you. Don't forget, this weekend kicks off the Big events happening between now and the 4th of July here in Sagersville. The big car show at the City Park across from City Hall. Free registration, noon till 3, awards at 4. That's anything you can drive, ride, or get in this Saturday. I'll be reminding you about that the rest of the week, and I always try to remind you that when you have a calendar announcement, this is how you can tell me so I can tell everyone about them. The Montgomery County Funeral Home tells me tonight that services were actually held earlier today for 59-year-old Nelson Dingus of Sagersville. He passed away on Friday, the son of the late James Calvin Dingus and Erie Benton Dingus, who survives. He's as well survived by his brothers, Edison and Herbert, and sisters Audrey Hamilton, Charlotte Howard, Marita Boland, all of Sagersville, and Deborah May of Mount Sterling. Again, services held earlier today in honor of Nelson Dingus, 59, of Sagersville. Now open in Sagersville, brand new for your dining pleasure. Eat in or carry out. It's JJ's Burgers and Beer, where their all-star chef is cooking up 4-ounce to full 1-pound gourmet class burgers and sides. First-rate pizzas and breadsticks, wings, rings, and more, and your favorite beer by the bottle or by the bucket. It's JJ's Burgers and Beer, only at Speedy's in Sagersville. Call the pros. All Pro Gutter Works specializes in seamless gutters, vinyl siding, metal roofing, replacement doors and windows, remodeling or adding on to your home with free and fair estimates backed by decades of happy and return customers with guaranteed satisfaction and 18 months 0% financing. All Pro Gutter Works, 349-9999.
Appalachian Wireless is proud to offer the Emergency Broadband Benefit Discount. This federal program can reduce the cost of our 25 gig unlimited plan by up to $50 a month. If someone in your household qualifies for certain government benefit programs or experienced substantial loss in income in the last year, you may be eligible. Only one discount per household, and it's only available until allotted funds run out. For more details, go to AppalachianWireless.com/EBB. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless. Unlimited data speeds will be slowed to 512 kilobytes after 25 gig per line.
It's finally here. It's T-shirt season. And if you've been looking for the coolest designs by Pink Armadillo, Lucky Bird, and Simply Southern, look no more, because the T to tell the world what mood you're in or where you want to be is at the seasonal shop. And all the hoodies and caps and accessories to go with it. And for, I don't know, Father's Day, get Dad something from Ridge and Holler, and for anyone and everyone, something from Brewmate to chill whatever it is you're drinking. Happy summertime from the Seasonal Shop in downtown Sagersville. There's no missing that this is the new McFarland and Tinker Law Office location on the Mountain Parkway in the former Farm Bureau building in Sagersville, just like there's no denying that their nearly 60 years of legal experience has won their clients millions and millions of dollars in disability, auto accident, and wrongful death cases. It's where your case matters to you and to us. McFarland and Tinker, also Griffey approved. I am still planning on taking a tour of the App Harvest facility in Moorhead. It's been a busy last few months around here for far too many reasons to go into again tonight, and I've elaborated on a few. Kids graduating and things of that nature. Still got one more to move to UK here in the next few weeks. But nevertheless, there's another App Harvest facility that's going to be going up very soon after a groundbreaking ceremony earlier today. It's one of two massive agriculture projects that are being announced this week in Kentucky. The governor, you'll see Hal Rogers, you'll see as well Rocky Atkins, a host of dignitaries, representatives of App Harvest, and others. This is a major event today, another new major growing operation in Kentucky, this in Pulaski County in Somerset, that's going to be very much like the near 60-acre indoor growing operation that grows tomatoes enough to pretty much give everyone in the eastern United States, or at least along the coast, tomatoes as they see fit or need to buy. This time they're going to grow strawberries, however, in Pulaski County. They as well will be utilizing the same efforts that they do in Moorhead in regards to using rainwater through as much of the facility as possible, and other economical benefits and environmentally friendly benefits as well. Strawberries by the, well, I'm not sure, bushel is not an appropriate term, but coming to Somerset very soon. Also, I can tell you that I've got representatives from the Big Sandy newspaper that will be covering an event tomorrow in Martin County. They're getting ready to announce a major apple orchard in Martin County tomorrow. We're talking about 60 acres, 2,000 trees per acre, Honeycrisp apples, I believe it is of the variety, and a processing center, hopefully producing in as soon as 2 years. So another big announcement coming for Kentucky. When I left you last week here in McGoffin County, I think we had seen only a very small number, maybe 2 confirmed cases of the coronavirus in the course of about 2 weeks. We'll get back in touch with the McGoffin County Health Department, our Director of Public Health, starting tomorrow, and see how those numbers are faring, hoping they are still following that trend. Meanwhile, Governor Beshear today updated the Commonwealth and the media on the number of Kentuckians vaccinated, as well as the state positivity rating. The governor's office today announcing that 2,160,140 Kentuckians have been vaccinated, or at least received their first dose of vaccine. That is an increase of about 14,000, I think, from over the course of the weekend. Kentucky's positivity rate was listed today at, I believe it was 2.05%, which is still in that range where it has been for several days now, we're glad to report. No other information was given except for the 5 counties by vaccination, best and worst. You can see Woodford still leads the Commonwealth at 64%. Lewis still trails. Actually, Christian County trails at the least at 21%. Now, let's take a serious look at your weather forecast. Just in, the latest update and some other data showing us that there is still a chance for some severe thunderstorms during the overnight, and that we're still most certainly looking at some fall-like temperatures after this cold front rolls through. We are seeing a brief break here for the most part for most of downtown Sagersville and over top of the studio at this particular moment. Don't get too comfortable, though. We have, as you can see, still a lot of gas still in the tank and some more showers and storms, the majority of which definitely to our north, and that is a good thing, not for those folks as well. Lexington, Flemingsburg, all those places getting hammered much worse than but we've seen a bit of a gap develop here as of this evening, but we still have a chance of showers and storms throughout the overnight to the tune of 90%, so don't let your guard down. A severe thunderstorm watch stays in effect till 9 o'clock this evening, and we have winds on average out of the northwest 5 to 15 miles per hour, and could see a few more storms roll through. Tonight we're going to roll through with about 57 degrees for nighttime lows. And check out tomorrow, the second day of summer, feeling much more like fall. We'll struggle to hit the 70s, but I believe we'll do so. Hitting around 72 and mid-40s for tomorrow night's low. How's that grab you? Good thing is, after some shower and thunderstorm chances early tomorrow, midday or so, I think at the latest, we will see clearing skies becoming mostly sunny and then mostly clear by tomorrow night in that cooler low in the mid-40s. With that said, the trend afterwards is a slowly warming trend, still in the 70s midweek on your Wednesday. A little fog in the morning, obviously, after all that moisture. 77, 51 for your high, for your low, fog and sunny and mostly clear skies. Thursday, back to the 80s and really closer to where we should be in the middle of, or on the downhill side of June. 85, a little AM fog, but sunny, partly cloudy, dry, and calm for your Thursday. The calm, however, doesn't stick around all that long. We have another scenario coming and another setup that will give us 83 and mostly sunny on your Friday, but shower chances will start to work their way back into the picture. By Saturday, we're still in the 80s, but barely holding on at 80, partly sunny, a 50% chance of showers, 80 and a 60% threat on your Sunday. And then look at that, start of next week, another little hit of fall, possibly around the corner. Yeah, possibly. Well, that's just getting us started for the week. I'm off, I believe, at this time to the Sagersville City Council meeting. The McGoffin County Fiscal Court has a special meeting as it's not being held on their regular meeting time and date tomorrow. So that and a host of other news that I'll be covering throughout the rest of the week. Thank you for watching, and have a good night.